Wendy, can you hear me? Are you
Yes,
on?
but yes, we can hear you. You're a little quiet, but we can hear you.
Oh, good. I was having trouble there. Sorry.
Yeah, you're very muted. You may have to yell.
Okay, I will speak up. Is that better?
Yes. Yay.
Good, good. Sorry about
So
that.
final agenda. So
Is
now go
everybody here
back
and are we
here.
recording?
Yes, we are recording and we are live streaming. I'm just getting to the sharing of screens for the agenda. And if everybody can see the agenda, we are live streaming and recording, so we should be good to go.
Thank you. Thank you. It is 10:03 a.m. on Monday, February 9th, 2026. And this meeting of the Arizona Oil and Gas Conservation Commission comes to order. First choice is to check for a majority of members. So we have a quorum and conflicts of interest. Vice Chair Nations, are you here?
So we were not able to reach Mr. Nations. His voice box is full. We did try to call him already, and he did not accept the meeting invite, so he may not be attending.
Okay. Commissioner Conway, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Commissioner Ballard, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Firerobin, are you here?
Here.
And do we have a representative? And this is Commissioner Thorwald. I'm here. Do we have a representative from the AG's office?
Taylor Parmenter, Assistant Attorney General, joined with Shelley Cutts.
Welcome. Do we have a representative from the Land Department?
David Haig from Arizona State Land Department.
Welcome, David.
Thanks.
Let us move on to, we have
This is not supposed
quorum.
to be on.
Let us move on to item 2 on the agenda, Administrator's Report from Administrator Roberts.
Thank you. For item 2A, rules and legislative updates, I do not have anything to report at this time. Do you want to move on to item 2B?
Yes, let's move on to 2B.
Okay. Item 2B is Altura Energy, and they have submitted some sundry notices, and they are requesting an additional 90 days shut-in status. They have done some maintenance work on the wells, and so I recommend item 2BI for approval. AZOGCC 1254, approval of the extension.
Commissioners, do you have any questions for our administrator on this on item B1?
Well, this is Commissioner Ballard. I just have a brief comment. They're getting work done, having trouble with the pipeline. And instead of worrying about our deadline coming up every 6 weeks or 90 days, actually, I recommend we extend the temporary abandonment for 6 months and let them focus on getting production back up and not having to come back here repeatedly.
Do we have a second to Commissioner Ballard's?
Firerobin, second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. The motion carries. We'll move on to item B2.
Okay, item B2 is AZOGCC 1246, and the recommend approval. They have requested the same thing, an additional 90 days.
Commissioners, do you have any questions with regard to item B2?
Well, this is Commissioner Ballard. Of course, I recommend the same 6 months for this well.
Is that a motion?
Yes, sir. I move we award the South Penn operating 22.8 SD an additional 6 months for their temporary abandonment to get their pipeline fixed, etc.
Is there a second?
Firerobin, second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. The motion carries. We'll move on to 2C.
Hi, item 2C is from the Cobalt Group, and this is for AZOGCC 1236. This is it's an after the fact. Wendy has been working on getting files updated and making sure that we have all the information. So this is really just an after effect. It was already abandoned. And so I recommend approval so we can give them their Form 10 and have this be a part of the file.
Commissioners, do you have any questions?
Just a quick question. Are Form 9 and Form 10 on the same agenda item?
I think the Form 9 was on
Yes.
there. Yes.
Okay. Well, I see no need to worry about the Form 9. This is fine. I do have a slight problem with the Form 10. I know they're trying to reconstruct this from the files. It's a few years old, and we really do appreciate, getting this stuff documented. But one thing we really like to have on the Form 10 is the statement about the surface plug and the monument. It would really be good if they could find something in the files, a cement ticket, a welder's invoice or something that would indicate that work had been done. That failing, I mean, just go out there and look, just to check and see if the cement has reached the top of the casing and that there's a marker out there, and take some pictures. I really think we want to document the surface plug, or in a few years we'll be worrying about going back out there and checking and seeing if it has to be replugged and abandoned. So I guess I'd recommend tentatively not approving Form 10 until they can hopefully add a little bit of detail.
Is
Okay.
that is there further discussion on this item?
Hi, Robin. I agree with Commissioner Ballard.
Administrator Roberts, is there any additional information you can provide with regard to the comments that the commissioners have made?
I don't have the additional any additional information, but we can either work with Cobalt or go out there and look for ourselves and do an inspection to see if we can provide that documentation for the next meeting.
Commissioners, do you want to postpone this ruling until our next meeting? Do we have a motion to?
Well, Chairman Thorwald, this is Commissioner Ballard. I move that we approve the Form 9 for the Cobalt well, and that's the 2022 4-1, and that we hold off on approving the Form 10 until a little more information can hopefully be provided. I know if it's not there, it's not there, but a site inspection might be called for. Thank you.
Do we have a second for that motion?
Conway, second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Not hearing any opposed, the motion carries. We'll move on to the next item on the agenda, D1.
Hi. We have been working, Wendy has been working pretty diligently with the operators that are currently in the state of Arizona operating. And so we're gathering information and getting updates, and Wendy will provide information on D1.
Hi,
Please
this is
proceed.
Wendy. This is Wendy Flood. Trinity. This is a well that Triumph. Triumph. This is an operator that when I was working with Cobalt, part of getting the Form 9 and the Form 10 and some of the other wells, this well was discovered that it was at one point part of them, and then it's owned by Triumph. So I have reached out to the contact, Mr. Todd Clement, in regards to getting some information about his one well, and finding out a status and where that's at. Actually spoke with him this morning. Thank you, Mr. Chairman Thorwald had a contact for him, and he will be getting that information to me. And hopefully at the next meeting, we'll be able to have updated information to get the file current. And it's probably going to be something similar, like an after the fact Form 9 or Form 10, or if they got TA status or something like that. Just we didn't have an update on that well at all.
Thank you, Wendy.
Sure.
Any questions for Wendy, for commissioners? Hearing none, let us move on to D2, Arizona Drilling and Operating.
Hi, Arizona Drilling and Operating, give you a status on what they're doing. They the commission approved their 14-1 application in September of last year. This is going to expire in March 8th of this year. We reached out to them because they had also submitted permit fees for four other wells, but we didn't have applications for those other wells. So we reached out to them to find out what the status was. And at this time, they're still evaluating the status. They said that they're not going to be submitting applications for those other four wells, and they're evaluating what they're going to do with the 14-1 that was approved. And I don't know, is Mr. Diesel here to talk on Arizona drilling and operating? I think he said he might attend. Doesn't sound like he's here. So that's all I have for Arizona drilling and operating.
Commissioners, do you have any questions for our administrator? Hearing none, let's move on to the next item on the agenda, D3, Proton Green.
Hi, Proton Green. Wendy's going to give a status update for Proton Green.
Go ahead, Wendy.
Yes, sorry. Again, where's the unmute button? This is Wendy Flood. Yes, I reached out to Proton Green per Chairman Thorwald's request to get a status update. They did because they've been doing some pilot testing, so they are completed with the testing portion of, but they are now currently assessing those results and what their next steps are, and that they didn't have enough time to get something together for this meeting, but they did commit. They will come to the meeting in March and give an update on their testing results and their next steps and kind of what's going on with their wells and their status.
Commissioners, do you have any questions? Any comments? Hearing none, let us move on to 2E, Myriad Resources.
Hi, Myriad Resources. We're going to discuss some outstanding documents, and I believe this is going to go into executive session for this.
If the commissioners, want to.
Commissioners, I would recommend we go into executive session on this. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
This is Shelley from the AG's office. The commission should vote to go into executive session if that's what it would like to do.
Yeah. Commissioners, do we have a motion to go into executive session?
Certainly, this is Commissioner Ballard. I move we go into executive session for this discussion.
See, look.
For legal advice.
Oh, here it is.
Do we have a second for Mr. Commissioner Ballard's motion?
Mike Conway here. Yeah, I second it.
Okay, we have a
Says
motion
this
and a
won't
second.
bring
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries. We will go into executive session. What is going to be the procedure for moving into executive session?
Angela and I are going to work on getting folks over to the room. So just hold please as we get everybody over. Thank you. Oh. All right, you guys are still here. Hold on one second, please. Administrator Roberts. Oh, here we go. All right, I figured it out. Sorry. That looks like everybody. Okay, and then me.
Hey, David,
Hey, Joe.
how you doing there, sir?
It's okay. How are you handling all the weather?
You what?
How are you handling all the winter weather?
Oh, not bad. Actually, we only had about a week or maybe 10 days of kind of snow and cold. We're back to being like 80 degrees here today. So Hasn't been too bad. I was kind of curious what's happening with Dale here, you know. We got the one item in here about him about doing a nominations and vote for a new vice chair or something. I assume that means he's leaving.
Don't know.
I was thinking Keenan might be in on this one too, but I haven't seen him on here. So.
Just buried.
Yeah. He was telling me that Todd is kind of retired, and Tim is going to be going to work for the Kentucky Geological Survey here at the end of the month.
Wow.
Or maybe it's the other way around. Yeah, I think it was the other way around. Yeah,
I know
Tim is
Todd's,
kind of retired, and Todd's going to work for the survey. So.
Todd's in Colorado, I think, with Haley Aldridge.
Yeah. I think he said they've been doing some work for them. So what's new there at the land department there? You guys ever hire anybody for minerals?
Yes, we have a new geologist.
Hmm. We actually flew through Phoenix there about 3 weeks ago. There we were out in San Diego with her daughter and visiting my wife's brother and sister-in-law there. On the way back, we flew through Phoenix.
How long was your layover?
Oh, about an hour and a half. It wasn't enough
Can't really
to,
do anything.
we'd actually thought about stopping and spending a few days. We couldn't find a hotel for under $300. So could have come and stayed with you, I guess.
You have a room.
You guys still doing remote work there from home? Looked like you were home there on your screenshot there.
No, I'm here at work.
Oh, you are?
Monday,
Okay.
Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. Is everybody back from executive session? Yep. Okay, looks like everybody's back. Okay, Frank, we cannot hear you. Here, you need to unmute. There you go.
We have just come out of executive session and we are on item 2C. Commissioners, do you have any motions or comments or questions?
This is Taylor Parmenter. Apologies. It's agenda item 2E.
I'm sorry, 2E. I said 2C, sorry. Thank you. This is 2E Myriad Resources. Commissioners, questions, comments, motions? Are you all on mute?
Yeah, I think everyone's muted. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Okay. Commissioner Ballard, Commissioner Conway.
Do any of you have any questions or comments or motions?
Well, this is Commissioner Ballard. I don't have any more questions or comments. I'm ready to make a motion that Chairman Thorvald make a continuing communication with Myriad, spelling out the situation and calling upon them to attend the next meeting, I believe, to update us and hopefully have completed the tasks that they're required of them. Is everybody ready for a motion like that?
We have a motion. Any discussions on Commissioner Ballard's motion? Mr. Fire Commissioner
Yes,
Fire
sir.
do you have any comment changes or?
I'll second that.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Chairman Thorwald, this is Wendy Flood. I would
Yes.
like a little bit of clarification exactly what the commissioners would like you to put in your letter.
Okay. Commissioner Ballard, do you want to be definitive in what should go in that letter?
Yeah, well, I like I said, yes, I'm move that we further communicate with Marriott under Chairman Thorvald's direction and signature. It looks like we have two main points to address. I think they need to be explained to them, and if any further, that of what the requirements are. I think they're fairly well spelled out in this letter, but and then also add the request that they come to our next meeting, hopefully with these tasks done, but in any case, explain the current situation.
If they do not do them, is there any thing we should be telling them we're going to do?
I'm not prepared to specify those actions at this time.
Okay. Commissioner Fire, do you want to modify your second?
You mean second the modified
Second.
motion?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll second that modified motion.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries. We will now move on to 2F.
Hi, this is Administrator Roberts, oil and gas permitting budget update. As far as I can give you, the APAF funds the Oil and Gas Commission, and that FY26 budget is $355,700. And as far as permits, there are no new permits as of this year that have come in.
Any questions for our administrator? Any comments? Hearing none, we will move on to item 3 on the agenda, 3A.
Orphan Well Program Update, and I believe Jim is here to provide
Yes.
update. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm covering for Tina today. This is Jim Gurnley with ADQ. Good morning, Chairman Thornwell. Just quick updates. The initial grant was successfully extended to December 31st of this year, and Teta Tech has six wells ready to be plugged right now. We have not had any pre-approved wells submitted, and we have one new plugin application for the item 3C, and we have about I think 8 wells that were plugged since the last agenda, and that's really it for our updates.
Commissioners, do you have any questions for Mr. Grinley?
Well,
Any
this is
comments?
Commissioner Ballard. I have read through these and they have a couple of comments. It won't take very long, but I guess one point could be made is it worked out fairly well last year to have a pre-approved list. If we're going to build up the program again and have quite a few Form 9s come in, we might want another list like that prepared, and we could vote on it in the next meeting and do as we did last year. At least I'm offering to take on responsibility to put the final stamp of approval on them in a timely way. But that's just a suggestion. To taking a look at the wells we have here, it's looks like a lot of good work was done. The item 3C1, new application for plugging, that's it's actually already got a Form 10, so certainly be willing to approve it. It's just 100-foot well, the beginning of a well anyway, and it looks like that was taken care of, so that's not really an objection. Of all the Form 10s, there was a lot of work done. I guess my only comment is all the way down on 3D4, which is a Form 10 3D4, and it's probably not that obvious to quickly examine the well, but this is one where they got a good CB log, L log, cement bond log. If anybody wants to take a look at one sometime, it's a good example of a pretty good bond log and a pretty bad bond log. So there was a section with a pretty bad bond log, and it ended up not being a very large part of the well. It was above 1,050 feet, and so we have bond log, and I guess the decision was made to not go ahead and try and get behind the 7-inch casing and try and repair the bond log or the bond itself. So I'm not sure why that was, but the main point to make is we should keep track of how important or not the segment behind pipe, which does not seem to have a correct cement bond. In this case, it involves part of the Coconino Reservoir rock, which we are, making a high priority here to try and seal off and protect. So in this case, I really would have said that we probably should have gone to the expense, even though it was a fairly small interval, to go ahead and try and get some cement behind pipe. So my only real comment is that, we made a lot of emphasis on where the Coconino is. Please keep that in mind for even the decisions that you make, virtually on the field, whether or not to do a certain procedure. That's all I have to say. Keep an eye on the Coconino.
Commissioner Ballard, are you suggesting that they go back and put in additional?
No, I'm not specifically
additional
moving on
work.
that. It's just a situation that I wished was done otherwise, but I'm not going to require them going back in the well.
Commissioners, questions, additional comments? Is there somebody here that could comment on the issue, questions that Commissioner Ballard has brought up?
Micah Spencer from Teta Tech, I believe, is on the call. He could give us a little bit of insight regarding this well, potentially. Are you on the call, Micah?
Yeah, this is Micah from Tetra Tech. Which well was that?
Okay, well, it's the 0200100074. I'm sorry we go by this agenda designation, the 3D4, but I'd have to check the well name. That's the
I got it pulled up.
It's
got
this is Windy Flood. Is it well 0200100074? Because I have it on the screen.
that's correct.
Okay, yeah, just tell me
Okay.
what you want to see. Thank you.
The reason that we did not try to circulate the surface was there's a cement between like 150 and 200. So we didn't believe we'd be able to get circulation on this backside.
Well, I assumed that there was reason, but like I say, just try and err to the side of trying harder if the interval is in a key reservoir, water reservoir, aquifer for a specific area. It's not coconino everywhere, of course, but we've talked about coconino a lot here. So that's just my thought for the future is let's give it a little extra effort if it's an established aquifer.
Okay.
Commissioners, any additional questions on this? Any motions?
This is Windy Flood. I think the only thing that we really need to motion on is the plugging application, which is CI.
Right.
And this is just to explain really quick, this is kind of an after the fact because when the well abandonment report was submitted, it was discovered that the Form 9 had not been. So even though it has been plugged, again, just make sure the file is correct and updated. That's why the Form 9 is here.
Thank you, Wendy. Do we have a motion on the CI?
Well, it looks like everybody's muted. I have certainly moved that we approve the Form 9 application to plug and abandon for the oil holdings well API 0201705037.
Do we have a second?
This is Conway, second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. We will now move on to the chairman's report. With regard to 4A, the only thing I really have here is that Commissioner Ballard and myself will be at the legislature this afternoon for meetings on our legislation so that we can get this on the agenda. That would be the only update I have. Any Commissioner Ballard, do you have anything you could add to that?
Nope. Looking to a long drive downtown.
Okay. Commissioners, do you have any questions? Then we will move on to item 4B, Vice Chairman nomination and vote. The Vice Chairman are Dale Nations, who has served on this commission forever and has chaired it when I came on, has requested that, stated he no longer wants to be the vice chair and has recommended we elect somebody else. He had suggested Commissioner Ballard as vice chair. I would like to open this up for nominations for vice chair.
Commissioner Feyerabend, I nominate Commissioner Ballard.
Do we have another?
This is Mike Conway. I would agree with that.
Okay. Then shall we all in favor of having Commissioner Ballard replace Commissioner Nations as the vice chair, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion carries. Congratulations, Mr. Ballard. You're now the vice chair.
Thank you, sir. I'll never fill Dale's shoes. I actually tried to talk him out of this, but I will do everything I can to help the commission do its job.
Well, the best of wishes to Commissioner Nations and his health. Moving on to 5, call to the public. Is there anybody in the public that would like to address the commission? Wendy, have we had any requests?
Not that I know of, sir.
Not hearing any requests to address the commission, let us move on to 6, request for future agenda items. Commissioners, is there anything you'd like on the agenda for the future? This is Chairman Thorwald. I'd like to have some information related to the number of applications that we've had over the last 5 years, the number of operators that we have over the last 5 years, how many leases there are, and how our budget has varied over that period of time. This is in relationship to possible passage of, if we legislation passage, on what fees we should be charging.
This is Wendy Flood. I have a question on the operators. You want active operators, meaning they've done some sort of work, whether it's a permit, plugging, TA extension? Like,
Yes.
so, okay, active operators. Okay, thank you.
And could I ask for a clarification on leases? What are
Yeah.
what are you specifically looking for on leases?
Sorry, apologies. What I'm looking for is active leases that were there's potential for companies to come in and actually do work, not just leases that are have been around and nobody's doing anything. I think probably the total number of leases would be good, just to know that.
And that's so leases on state land only?
No, all totaled. That relates to oil and gas, for oil and gas production. I'm trying to figure out what a future potential is.
And we don't have access to all of that
Yeah.
information all the time. So we would only have access to the leases that have been sent to us for an
Okay.
application. So,
Okay,
but not per county.
okay, then we'll just, whatever we've got.
Okay.
Commissioners, do you have any additional items that you would like on the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move on
Yes.
to agenda item 7.
This is
Uh,
Wendy Flood,
Yes,
Chairman Thorwald. I just want to also just circle back on some discussion earlier that we are going to have Proton Green give an update. So that'll be on our agenda in March. And then depending on the outcome of the Myriad letter, my understanding was from the motion, we're inviting them to attend the meeting, so they'll be on the agenda as well.
That's very good. That's perfect.
Okay. That's all I got for actual action items from the meeting for next agenda.
Commissioners, anything else? Moving on to item 7, announcements. Are there any other announcements? Any announcements at all? Hearing none, we will move on to item 8 on the agenda, adjournment. It is now 10:47 a.m. and this meeting of the Arizona Oil and Gas Conservation Commission is concluded. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you. Okay. So, stop recording. Okay.